If a thief wants your bike, to be honest, there's pretty much nothing you can do about it. I've proven with the tests that we've been doing here that if you've got the right tools, you can get through anything. The point is that if you use the right security for your circumstances and you know how to use it, you can make your bike a lot less of a target. Using any security will make a difference. Now, I'm expecting a lot of flack out of this test because people are going to say, you've shown people how to steal my bike. That's not my intention, but I really believe it's our responsibility to show you how this security works and how you can use it. Everything is a compromise. Something might be very good at resisting one attack, not so good at another. But if you know how to use it, it will work. Now, realistically, if you want to find out how to break a lock, how to get through most security, you can Google it. You can look it up on YouTube. Things have changed over the last few years. So I want this test to be something that will help you buy the right kit for your bike. So to do this product test, I worked with one of the UK's leading independent security testers and some of the top police advisors. We found out a lot from this, and we know, for instance, that thieves aren't tending to pick locks, but we also know that they're going as equipped as taking a portable plasma cutter. That's pretty serious, but it's not all doom and gloom. Thieves know that if they're going to be brazen and threaten people, they're facing far stiffer penalties. If they go equipped with tools, if they're caught, they will face stiffer penalties. Regardless of what you think of how the police look at this, they are trying with the resources that they've got, and there is a difference to how people will attack things. So our tests had to be repeatable, and we've created what really are the worst case scenarios. So for instance, when we're testing sledgehammer attacks, we use the length of railway track as an anvil, and we have plenty of free space to swing the hammer. If you can keep the lock off the ground, or even just make sure there's no room to swing that hammer, like here for instance, the chances of this really noisy attack being used, or even being successful, are really, really slim. Now, you've probably heard about freeze spray being used on chains. We did test this stuff, and if I'm honest, it's pretty shocking what it can do. Now, on some of the chains, even ones that we couldn't break with a sledgehammer on its own, this stuff made a massive difference. But the results weren't consistent enough, so we're not happy putting this in. Just know that you must keep your chain lock off the ground if there's the slightest chance of anybody being able to get to it with a sledgehammer. We attacked all the chains with a set of 42-inch bolt croppers. These things, like the sledgehammer, are not easy to conceal, and they take a lot of effort. The other tester and I took it in turns to try and break these locks, and each of us weigh about 13 stone. Now, I'm pretty sure that somebody bigger or with the right technique could get through more, but we're looking at a typical attack, and even in our ideal circumstances with plenty of space to work, we couldn't break many with this serious bit of kit. Now, for the angle grinder test, we used a 115mm mains grinder. Of course, unless the crooks are in your garage, they're probably going to be using a battery powered grinder. But in this test, even charging one pack while having the other one in use, it was just impractical for the test. It took too long. We compared them, and there was very little difference in time. And we also tried a big petrol powered cutter, but the thicker cutting disc actually made it slower. The best thing you can do really to protect yourself from an angle grinder attack is to park your bike in as busy a place as possible and to make the chain and the lock as inaccessible as possible. We also attacked the padlocks. In most real world situations, the chain's the weakest point, but there were some really interesting results that came out of this. Honestly, there is no best chain and lock. If you want to secure a bike that's in a secluded, high crime area, you do need to go for the biggest, heaviest thing you can possibly carry. But if you're parking in a really busy place and the crooks are brazen enough, all we can do is slow them down a bit. In this case, a lighter lock might be more suitable if it means you're more likely to take it with you. 7 out of 10 machines are left unlocked. Using any kind of security is going to make yours a far less desirable target. Choose your kit based on what you can afford, what it weighs, and of course what protection it offers, but use it. The most important thing is that you secure your bike or scooter.